For many of you cinephiles out there, I'm pretty sure you've already seen Christopher Nolan's 3-hour biographical thriller, Oppenheimer. In this video, we'll talk about how his creation of the bomb created a new world order. Why do you think that is? This is World IQ. Let's get it. If you still haven't watched the film, but you want to, and you know nothing about the Manhattan Project, I think this video is not for you, because it contains major spoilers. You can't spoil history, but you get what I'm saying. Alright. J. Robert Oppenheimer is a brilliant student, fascinated by the complexities of molecules. His struggles with mathematics overshadow his brilliance, according to his professors. Yet, it did not stop him from earning his PhD in physics from Germany. He returned to the United States because he saw the absence of quantum physics research. He taught at both the University of California at Berkeley and Caltech. He encounters significant figures like Jean Tadlock, with whom he develops an on and off romantic relationship. He also met the 1939 Nobel Prize winner, Ernest Lawrence, who emphasizes the importance of practical applications, and Kitty, his soon-to-be wife. And of course, Albert Einstein. They discussed how the world would be if Oppenheimer were indeed successful in creating the atomic bomb. Consequently, Oppenheimer assembles a team of scientists to work together and create the atomic bomb. The hope was that it would save the world. On the scheduled day of testing, Oppenheimer was worried that their experiment would trigger a chain reaction so massive that it could potentially end the world. Well, you already know what happened at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, World War II. So I guess that says a lot about how they were successful in creating the atomic bomb, but failed to destroy the world. Phew. After World War II, Oppenheimer became a staunch advocate against the development of nuclear weapons. This was during the Cold War, and his stance became the probable cause for drawing suspicion from the US government, such as Louis Strauss, accusing him of being a communist spy. Strauss took advantage of these allegations. Oppenheimer's security clearance got revoked, and when his affair with Tadlock, the woman with ties to communist groups, was revealed, it only exacerbated the government's decision to silence his influence in matters of atomic energy and national security. I saw a tweet online. If there are any post-credit scenes in the movie, and someone tweeted, "Girl, you're living it." The tweet is accurate. If you think about it, we live in a post-World War climate where nuclear weapons exist, and not just in one country, but 9. United States, Russia, France, China, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Israel, and North Korea. It makes you think about what Oppenheimer would say regarding the threats that nuclear weapons pose today. This is where we talk about how Oppenheimer made the world worse. Well, it wasn't technically just Oppenheimer's efforts that led to the creation of the atomic bomb. He was certainly at the center of it. It was very evident in the past what his stance was regarding the existence of nuclear weapons, and I think he would view this post-credit scene as a great tragedy. It didn't take long for Russia or the former Soviet Union to create their atomic bomb successfully. In the 60s and 70s, other countries followed suit. In my opinion, and this is not just Oppenheimer, but the existence of nuclear weapons themselves made the world worse, because it made the world a lot more dangerous. There's a political arms race going on, because you would be apprehensive if you know that your potential enemies might be harboring some extremely catastrophic weapons. You need to get some yourself to even the battlefield, and that just turns ugly. Well, some people might argue that the existence of nuclear weapons can be used as a deterrent, and therefore that the pursuit of arms control and disarmament are not necessary. That would have always been true if these weapons are controlled by abstract entities that never make mistakes. But in reality, humans control them, and there are so many things that could go wrong. While they do have protocols in place to ensure that the use of nuclear weapons does not just happen in an instant, a desperate mad leader might just plunge the entire world into nuclear chaos. Well, it's not all grim and hopeless. There have been efforts to prevent the nuclear weapon ranks from expanding further. The United States and other like-minded countries negotiated the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, or NPT, in 1968, and the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, CTBT, in 1996. More currently, the treaty between the United States of America and the Russian Federation, called the New START Treaty, enhances U.S. national security by placing verifiable limits on all Russian-deployed intercontinental-range nuclear weapons. The United States and the Russian Federation have agreed to extend the treaty through February 4, 2026. This also means that New START caps each country at 1,550 strategically deployed warheads. The world is very much connected, and there are many more things that would help prevent and deter countries to use nuclear weapons. One would be the concept of mutually assured destruction, also known as MAD. It refers to a situation where two parties are in a stalemate, and neither can make a move without causing the destruction. So, if the US or any nuclear-armed state ever decides to use their atomic bombs on another nuclear-armed country, well, they can expect to receive retribution of the same magnitude. The ever-fragile world economy would also take a hit if that were to happen. People would lose jobs. Worse, people will die in apocalyptic scales, not to mention the nuclear fallout. It would be a complete and utter catastrophe. So, yeah, it's a glass half full, half empty, where the world is more dangerous, but somehow nuclear weapons also make it safe, by ensuring that they should never be used. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of World IQ. What do you think of this video? Did you like the Oppenheimer film? Let us know in the comments, and see you next time for another opportunity to expand your World IQ.